There they are. All these sealed writs. So these sealed writs will give you writ vouchers in order to buy other things. Welcome back to the chaos that is my channel. I am ChaosEclipse. Today we're going to be on ESO and we're going to be looking at making an alt for crafting or money purposes. You can use this video if you are making a new character. It's mainly going to be revolving around crafting and making money and making the alt, of course. But obviously you can use this as a new character. I'm going to go over a few things that you may want to know as a new character. If you are a returning player or just someone making an alt and you want to know the best way to do it, this video is for you, but it is also going to include some very basic stuff for those new players that do stick around and actually watch the video. So first things first, you see here that I have 9 of 10 characters. These first 3 are all champion points, I don't say maxed out, but they are at least champion point 160. So if you know what I'm talking about, then those are just my quote-unquote max level characters. And then the rest of these are all level 6. There is a reason that I got to level 6, but I will get over, or I will explain all of that here in just a second. We're going to go ahead and create a new character. And it looks like I think I have every class here. I don't. I'm actually missing a Templar. Nope, there's a Templar there. Okay, so I think I have everything here. So we'll go ahead and make a new character. The main thing that I want to point out, doesn't matter what the class is that you can make whatever you want. I'm just going to grab a sorcerer here. The alliance, I believe if you have the base game, I believe the alliance is going to align with the races. So the races are down here. I believe these 3 will all fall under Aldmeri Dominion, and then these 3, the Wood Elf, the Nord, and the Red Guard will fall under Ebonheart Pact. And then if you're Daggerfall, then you can only be these 3 over here, which is Orc, Argonian, and Khajiit. Now, that is a bit of a weird thing here, because I can actually do any of these races under any one of the factions. I don't know if that was changed. Hopefully it was, and hopefully you guys don't even have to worry about that. But we will go over different things you'll need to do if that did not change. And then of course if you have the upgrade, you can be Imperial and you can be any one of the alliances as well. I'm going to actually pick Ebonheart Pact, which, like I said, this doesn't matter. This part matters. If you're doing this for crafting purposes, to have an alt crafter, this is something that you may want to consider. Of course, if you're playing a new character, or if you plan on playing your alt character, even if they're only for crafting right now, if you plan on leveling them later on, then pick whatever class you want, and also pick whatever race you want. The only reason I'm picking the sorcerer is just because it's there. But with the race specifically for crafting, I'm going with an orc. The main reason for that is because about 3/4 of the way down you can see it says inspiration gain. So one of their passives is inspiration gain. Inspiration is basically what they call the XP for the crafting. The orcs are the only ones that do have it. I'm going to leave her the way that she looks now. But I am picking an orc, so we're going to go ahead and hit X there, make sure that it is on orc. And then of course if you want, you can go through and change all this other stuff if you plan on playing your character or whatever. Like I said, this is just for crafting for me, so I'm gonna hit triangle here, and I'm gonna name my character Chaos Craft 2. And the reason why it's 2 is because I have 1 through I think 7, but I deleted 2 because it was Argonian. And since I decided to make this video for you guys, I went ahead and deleted one of the ones that was not Argonian, or I'm sorry, that was not an orc, so that I can turn it into an orc, because this is the last one that I'm doing. I already did it with all the other characters. So I'm going to hit done there. You can see Chaos Craft 2, and then I'm going to hit done again. It's going to go ahead and create the character here. You have played. Okay, so this will only pop up if you have previous characters. It's just telling me that I've already done the tutorial, and it asks me if I want to skip it or not. If you have not done the tutorial, if this is your very first character, you cannot skip this part. You do have to do the tutorial. But my suggestion is just do the tutorial, play it the way that it is, and then Keep any and all items that it lets you take, as far as like weapons or armor or anything like that. If your inventory gets full, try to throw something else away. Try to keep all of the armor and the weapons if you're using this for crafting. If not, then obviously just play how you want. A lot of this video is going to be circumstantial, and it's going to be depending on how you're playing and what you're looking to do with your character. Like I said, this one is going to be revolving around crafting. I know I keep saying that, but I want to make sure to point that out, because if not, someone's going to be like, well, I did what you said and it didn't turn out right. It's probably because you're trying to play as a main character, and I'm just doing it for crafting. So for me, I'm going to skip the tutorial. It will still give us 2 points, 2 skill points. We're going to hit square. It's going to load us into Westweald, I believe is the name of the area. Yeah, Westweald. So if you do the tutorial, it will give you the option to load into whatever area you want. Westweald is one of the new areas, so that's why it's loading me in here. This is, I think, the newest area, actually. If you don't have this area, then it's just because you don't have the DLC for it. A lot of the areas in the game do require DLC. With this one, you don't have to have Westweald. The way that I'm going to show you to do this, you do have to have Somerset, which was also a DLC. And then I think Alinor or Alderaan here. Maybe not. I think this is just a regular Aldmeri Dominion location. But we may have to go there too. I'll explain why in a second. So my main area for Ebonheart Pact is up over in this area over here. The main area that I normally use is Davin's Watch for crafting, or I will go down to Deshawn, which has a Mournhold here. You don't have to worry about that, but the reason why I pointed out Davin's Watch is because that's where we're going to end up going. So first things first, we are going to, you start like this. We are on PS5, so anything that I am saying is going to be related to PS5 as far as the buttons. If you are looking to do this on your character, I am offering to make you guys some training gear, but it is not a cross-play game, so you do have to be on PlayStation in order to get these items from me. If you do decide to get some items from me, then let me know down in the comment section, because if you're just sending me an invite in-game, I will not respond to you. I get tons of invites all the time. I don't know who those people are. It could be other people watching, but they're probably not paying attention and realizing that I'm not going to accept if they're not telling me at least who they are. If you are inviting me from watching this video, just let me know, like I said, down in the comment section here before actually inviting me in game. If you invite me in game, I'll just decline it. But anyway, so like I said, we're on PS5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit down on the D-pad. That's going to take us into third person here. If you guys want to zoom out or zoom in, I believe, yeah, you can hold down on the D-pad and you can use your right stick to zoom in and out, and then set it wherever you like. Right there is good for me. It does say your level 2 rewards are available. Like I said, it gives us 2 levels because we skipped over the tutorial. If you're doing the tutorial, you'll understand what you're doing with what I'm going to talk about right now. So we're going to hold the options button to claim those. It just talks about your skill points because technically it's a new character. We're going to hit claim rewards. We're going to hit claim rewards again. And then we're going to go to future rewards. And it just shows you what you'll be getting in the future. If there's anything, for us there was nothing there, at least not for the next level. So we're going to put everything into health. You don't have to do this yet, which we're actually not going to. I'll talk about why in a second. Every time you go to a new screen with your new character, it's going to talk about everything that you can do, or everything that you should be doing on that screen. So here it just talks about your character skills. I'm just going to hit X, and we're not even going to use any of the points yet. You can see up in the top left where it says points, we have 3 points right now. We're not going to assign those. I'm going to hit back. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come down to our options. We're going to go over all of our settings real quick. You guys can set this up however you like. There's a few things that I prefer. So one of the very first ones is if you come down to where it says items, you can see it says consolidate area loot. That is turned on. We're also going to turn on auto loot by hitting X. Auto loot stolen items, we're going to leave that off because we don't want to end up stealing items on accident. And same thing here with prevent placed items, or prevent stealing placed items, we're going to turn that on. That means if there is a an item on a table next to a vendor or something like that, if you accidentally hit X on it, it won't automatically just grab it and throw it in your bag. Because if you do that, you can end up having a bounty on you, and the guards will attack you and everything like that. So we're not going to mess with that. So we're going to leave that off. Anything else here we don't need. We're going to go down to our interface. We're going to, and all of this, of course, is optional to you guys. You don't have to do any of this stuff. I'm just explaining why I'm doing it. We're going to turn our automatic quest tracking on. That is for every time that we pick up a new quest, it will actually switch to that quest, because if not, there's going to be a certain area where you're going to go and it's going to give you the main story quest, and it's going to be stuck on there, and you'll have to switch every time you pick up a new quest. With what we're doing, because we're making a crafting one, we need to see those crafting quests so that we know what we're crafting. Nameplates, that is up to you guys. If you want them turned on, go for it. If you don't want them turned on, then don't turn them on. That is completely up to you. Health bars, this is all optional as well. I'm actually going to turn on a couple of these things here. So I do want my health bar on. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? For the indicators, leaving those alone. I thought it was there. It's probably under combat, what I'm looking for. For social, we're going to turn on auto decline duels. That's because it's a crafting character, so I don't really care about it. People are going to come up to you as a low level character. They're going to come up to you and they're going to try to duel you just because they want to win, and it's really annoying. They probably have champion points that you don't have, and they're gonna kill you very easily. So don't duel people if you're just if you're new to the game. I'll explain champion points in just a second. I'm not going to go in detail over them, but I will explain them. That way you guys understand why you shouldn't be dueling if you're a new player to the game. The rest of the stuff we're not going to mess with. And then combat here, once again, this is something that is up to you guys. I'm going to put always show. I'm going to turn that on, always show there, number and percent, and on for our ultimate number, and I believe that's it. Oh, nope, buffs. I want those on. Buffs and debuffs. Okay, there we go. So our options are good. You don't have to worry about anything else with the options. That part is taken care of. Now, from there, we're going to hit the options button on your control. We're going to go up to inventory. It's going to talk to you about your inventory. We're going to go to our main hand and all of our attachments here. So your main hand is where your weapon's at. We're just going to unequip everything. So I probably should have did this with a male character. So we're going to be a female character, and we're going to be completely naked. Of course, she is going to have like on a bathing suit type thing. I didn't do this because she's a female character, so before anyone starts saying anything, there's a reason for this. So with your naked character, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the way shrine that's here. Like I said, you start it right up here next to this character there. You're going to run down to this way shrine. If you do spawn in anywhere else, you're going to go to your nearest way shrine. You're going to click on that way shrine using X. It's going to tell you about way shrines. You're going to hit X again. You're going to hold L2 to zoom out of the area. This is the biggest map in the game. Well, not the biggest. I mean, you can zoom out even further. But this is a map you want to be on. This is Tamriel. What you want to do is you want to come over to Somerset. So this part is going to be a little bit tricky because you may or may not have some of these areas, and you may or may not have some of these locations. What I mean by that, I'll just explain it. So this house here, it is a house that you can own in the game. If you don't have this house, that's perfectly fine. There should be a way shrine right over in this area, right there. Sorry, it automatically pulls to that on PS5. So there should be a way shrine somewhere in this area over here. Probably a little bit further over, but it keeps pulling down there, so I'm just going to leave it right there. But it's basically down in this area. If you have this house, go to the house. If you don't have any of that, you have to go to this way shrine here. Coming from the way shrine that we're currently at to this one is free as long as you hit X on it and you're not just looking at your map. Since we have this house, I'm going to go ahead and come here. Like I said, if you don't have it, you do have to travel here and just follow this road. Stay on the road because there are going to be enemies and everything along the way. And come into this town here. This town is called Alinor. We're going to zoom all the way in. Just hold R2 to zoom in. This is the house that I'm telling you guys to get. And then the way shrine is... I'm going to say it's probably like down here where that circle's at. I could have swore that there's a way shrine in here. Is there not a way shrine in here? Am I just blind? Pretty sure it's down over here. Alright, but anyway, so I do have this house. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to that house. If you don't have it, there is a trick you can do. So I'm going to, well, actually I won't go to that house yet. If you don't have it, there's a trick you can do. We're going to go to Davin's Watch because I know Davin's Watch and it's easier for me to explain to you guys. So Davin's Watch, you guys should have this this way shrine here because it is one of the starter zones for Ebonheart Pact. Even if you're not Ebonheart Pact, you should still have the way shrine. As you can see, I do have way shrines in other areas that are not for my character or my faction. So you should have the ones for Davin's Watch. Go here. Once you are at Davin's Watch, we're going to run inside this place. Don't worry about what just happened there. That is just a portal, and this is the main quest that I was telling you about. So because that quest popped up, you can see it's up in the top right now. That is a quest that it's trying to have us do. We're not even going to mess with it. We're just going to run past or not. We're just going to ignore it. Inside of here, I should have went through the other gate. But inside of here, you should find a flyer that tells you that there is a house that you can get for free. Which, I'll be honest, I don't know where this flyer is at. So we're going to run around here for a bit. Like a little lost puppy. I think you can just actually go into the place here. Maybe this place doesn't have it. Okay, that's fine. If it doesn't have it, it's not that big of a deal. One of the things that you can do is you can hit your options button. You're going to go down to, up to the crown store. You're not going to be buying anything. Do not worry about that. You're going to hit X on the crown store. You're going to go to the store itself. It's going to tell you about the crown store. We're not going to mess with it. We're not spending any money at all. You're going to come over to quest starters. You can see all of these are free. If you have the DLC, it's going to be free. What we're looking for is a free one. You don't have to spend any money, like I said, and it is part of the base game. So you're going to be looking for this one here. It is called Room to Spare. You're going to hit X on it. It's going to ask you if you want to purchase this. As you can see, I do have crowns. I have 2,400, but the cost of this item is 0 crowns. So it's not going to cost you anything. Even if you have 0, you can still buy this. You're going to buy it for yourself because it's going to ask you if you want to buy it for you or as a gift for someone else. You're going to leave it on for me. You're going to hit square. It tells you you're buying it, and then it says you successfully purchased it. So from there, we're going to hit circle. We're going to back out of there. You're going to circle all the way out. I just mean keep hitting circle on there. Now we can hit the options button. We can go down to journal and go to quests, and you can see here, of course, it's going to pop up with a quest journal explaining what to do. You can hit your room to spare. Make sure that that is tracked, which if you change the automatic quest tracking, it should be tracked. You can hit square on the map, and it's going to tell you exactly where to go. So this one is telling us to go to, where's this? Ebonheart, which, of course, it's an Ebonheart Pact. This is the room that it wants you to buy. I already own that room. I can technically go buy it again because it's a new character. I'm not going to do that. I want to spend it on the room that was over in the other area, which is over here. So come over to Somerset. Click on this room. It is called the Golden Griffin Garret. You're going to hit X on it. It asks if you want to go inside or outside of that room. Actually, I think if you don't own it, it'll ask you... Yeah, if you don't own it, it'll only let you go to the inside of it. So you still may have to go to the way shrine here and ride over there. But once you're there, we're going to go to the outside of it. We're going to hit X. Just bear with me because this is going to take a second. It has to do its little thing here and load. Alright, and I'm actually going to run out of this place so you guys can see what the outside building looks like as well. Because it's not this entire building. Alright, so this is what the outside looks like. You're looking for this here. It is the Golden Griffin. I'll show you on the map real quick. This is where you are right here. And that's the room that you're going to be buying. So this is the entrance right in front of the little glass looking icon here. Or a cup. You'll go in here. And we're going right back to where we just ran out of. I can't even talk right. Come up to here. Go upstairs again. On the 3rd floor, you will see this woman here. She will have a black icon over her name. It'll be white if you're tracking. It'll be black if you're not tracking. So if you are tracking, that's perfectly fine. It's white. You'll hit X. She's gonna tell you that they have a room here that you can purchase. It says room at the local inn, question mark. You'll hit X on that. It says what sort of arrangement. She just talks about how you can get the room, and it involves arrangements. I don't know what the arrangements are. I don't really care. You hit X again, and then it says I'm interested. What are the details? I don't know why it says that twice. That's weird. But you can hit X on that. And then it says there has to be a catch. What is it? Legal reasons, blah, blah, blah. And then right here, it says, all right, I accept your offer. If you hit X, you will now own this room. I'm going to hit circle because I don't want to waste this on a room I already own. But you can hit X there, and you'll end up owning this room. Now, you will not have this quest anymore. I'm going to actually abandon it, though. But you won't have the quest anymore, and you'll own this room. What I want you to do is I want you to go inside the room. And there is a method to all this madness. But you're going to go inside of this room. This room is going to be completely empty. There might be like a candle thing on the ground. This here. This Alanor candle stand. Everything else not going to have, including this here. This is why you have no clothes. This is why you didn't put on any armor, anything like that. What I want you to do is I want you to hit your options button again on your controller. You can go back up to your crown store. You're going to hit X on the store again. You're going to come in here and you're going to look over for furniture. Okay, so under furniture at the top, you'll hit L1 and R1 to move between those. I don't think I said that before. But furniture, you'll come all the way down and you'll look for this armory station here. Once again, it is free. Go ahead and buy that with your new character. It'll ask you again, are you sure you want to purchase it? You'll hit yes because it's free. Make sure it's set on yourself. Once you purchase it, it'll look like this. It'll say free and it'll say purchased on the bottom right. You can then back out of there, back all the way out. And in order to put this down, if you look on the bottom left, you can see that if you hold right on the D-pad and you hit circle, it will bring you into this menu here. You can hit square. And then in here is where it's going to be. So I believe it's going to be under services. And yeah, so it'll be under services, and I believe it'll be somewhere in here, but you'll find it. It is going to be right there. The armory station, you can put it down wherever you want, doesn't matter. It'll have a yellow outline if you can't place it. When you can place it, it'll have a green outline. Once you're done with that, you'll hit circle, or I'm sorry, you'll hold over again, right on the D-pad, and then circle again, back out of there, and you'll come up to it. Hit X, it'll tell you about the armory station. This just lets you set your character with the current stats that they currently have. So we're going to hit X on that. As you can see, we have no stats, we have no weapons, nothing equipped there, and we did that for a reason. So you have 2 armory slots unlocked, and I'm sorry that I'm stuttering. I'm trying to make sure that I'm explaining it carefully and not missing anything for those new people. Of course, if you're an experienced player, you're like, man, this video sucks. We'll get into the crafting stuff here in a second, but with the build 1 here, you're going to hit triangle on that. If you look at the bottom there, it says save build. So we're going to save this build with nothing at all on your character. Hit triangle. You're going to hit accept. And then it says you successfully saved. Hit OK. Now, once it saves, it's going to take a couple seconds. I don't know if you saw that at the bottom. It took a couple seconds. You're going to hit R3. Still on build 1, you're going to hit R3, which is your right joystick. Push that in. You're going to hit X, and you're going to name this whatever you want. I always name this as nothing. That is because the character literally has nothing on it. No armor, no traits, no skills, nothing at all. and then we're going to back out of there. You can see it is renamed to nothing. From there, if this is an alternate character, if it's a new character, you can proceed. If this is an alternate character, then you probably have some champion points. If you have champion points, we're going to go ahead and assign those now. If you don't have champion points and you can stick around, you can see what our champion points are. So first things first, we're going to go to our character. We're going to look at our attributes here. If it's a new character, put it in whatever you think you're going to be using the most. If it's an alternate character, I've just been doing health. We're going to assign those. That's not our champion points. Champion points is down here where it says champion. Like I said, if you have a new character, you're not going to have any. If you have an alternate character, you're going to have however many your main character has. So we're going to hit X on champion. It's going to bring you in here. It's going to explain the system. You can hit X if you want to bypass that. We have a crafting on the left, we have warfare in the middle, and we have fitness on the right. Our main one that we're going to focus on is crafting, but these two will come in handy here in just a second. My main character only has about 700 and something points, so that's why I only have 700 and something down here. Maybe 8, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to come to crafting. This is the main one that you want to focus on. So here we're going to put okay. Like I said, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So if you're new to the champion system, you can only put points into things that have zeros on them, and you have to unlock that in order to move up the tree. So I can't put anything in here. In order for me to unlock this, I have to at least put 10 points into it, which is up to that first little bar. If you come up to one that looks like, well, those ones aren't going to have it. I'll be able to show you in another tree. But as you can see on this tree, we have 244 points that we can put into whatever. We're doing this for crafting, so I'm not going to need that. I'm not going to need this. I'm probably not going to need any of these. You can look at whatever you want, put points into whatever you want. My suggestion, though, of course, this is just suggesting, I would say put at least 10 points into this here. We'll see if we're going to come back to it. Once you put 10 points into it, it unlocks this one. This one is, it increases the gold of treasure you find in chests. We may or may not find some chests. We're going to go ahead and put 10 points into there, because I don't know if I want that maxed out either yet. That unlocks all the ones around it. We don't need Way Shrine. We don't need that because we're not stealing. If you are stealing in the future, then you can take a look at that. But this is what I was talking about. So in order for me to unlock this one so that I can get up here and over this way, there's no like little bar there. Like every 10 gives you a point in this one. Here you would need a full 25. That is a full bar, so you would need full 25 points to be able to unlock the other one. So if I put all 25 in there, then it unlocks the other ones. So now that one's unlocked and that one's unlocked. But we're not going to do that. We're going to hold L2, take those back out. R2 puts points into it. L2 takes points out. Because we have not assigned them yet. At the bottom center, you can see it says hit square. Do not do that unless you're for sure with what points you have assigned and where you want them. If you're not sure, then don't do it. Because this is our crafting character, if this is not your crafting character, then you can put points wherever you want. But because this is our crafting character, we're going to max out our inspiration gain here. So we're going to put as many points as that as we can. So that is 45. That's going to increase our inspiration by 30% with that maxed out. If we look at this one here, it is called meticulous disassembly. This also has to do with crafting. You're basically getting more materials when you extract an item, or I'm sorry, you're extracting more materials when you're deconstructing items, basically. So, and of course it also allows the refining of more powerful resins, things like that. You can read over that yourself, but we're going to max this one out too. That's 50 points there. And of course, if you don't have these champion points, a lot of people always tell you what to put points into, but they don't tell you what to do if you don't have the points. If you don't have the points, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just telling you where I would put points if you guys do have these points. From there, you can put points into this one if you want. We're not going to touch it just yet, though. We're going to see what else we can get. This one reduces the time it takes to harvest. So while we're fighting, because we do have to get to a certain level, which, like I said, I'll explain that in a second. While we're fighting, we may come across some items there, so we're going to put at least 10 points into that to unlock it, because the main one that we're also after is this one over here. So this one lets you if you do harvest, this one gives you a higher chance to get double yield from the resource node that you're harvesting. So we're going to max this one out. This is going to take 50 points. So look at that. That's a 50% chance to get double nodes. So now we have an extra 64 points. I don't want points in anything else because it has nothing to do with any more crafting. So that's up to you guys if you want to put points anywhere else, whatever. Because we have 64, I can go ahead and I can put some, I'm gonna go ahead and max this one out because like I said, it tells you right there, spend 50 points to unlock. So if I only do 49 because all I have is 49, that ability is not unlocked. You have to have all 50 points into it, or if it's ones like this, it tells you right there you have to have 15 points to upgrade. So if you only put 14 points into it, right there, that is still not unlocked. You have to have that extra point. So we're going to take that back down though. Right there. We're going to put 50 points into this. Oh wait, we already did. Okay. So what else do we want to do? I don't really care about the time for harvesting. That one's already maxed out. We're going to go another 10 here. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, I took those out. So let's take those 10 back out. I didn't mean to take those out. I want that one maxed out. There we go. So that leaves us with only 14 points to spend. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to put 10 in here. There we go. And then of course the other 4 aren't really going to matter. We're going to hit square to confirm. That's going to make sure that's going to lock in everything that we currently have. So we're going to hit square. It asks, are you sure you want to commit these points? Yes. Now the ones that are highlighted green, which it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see here, they do say add to champion bar to activate. It says it on the top of each one of those skills. So we're going to hit triangle. We're going to tap triangle, not hold it. If you hold it, you can redistribute your points, but that's going to cost you gold to do that. We're going to tap triangle. It's going to show the skills on the left side that you can lock in. If you look at the very top on the top left, where it has like the 4 little circles there, you can see that is green. You're going to use your directional pad in order to move back and forth from those. So right and left moves you back and forth. Up and down goes up and down this craft menu. So it doesn't matter which one of these you put the points into. We are going to hit X on the first one, and then we're going to go over. So we're going to hit right, and then we're going to go down. We're going to hit X here, go over again, hit down, over again, down. So that is making sure that all of those are active, because if you don't have them up in that top bar, they're not active. Then we're going to hit circle, and we're going to hit square to confirm that again. It's going to lock in the points up on the top there. Those you can change at any time. Say I end up putting points into this one, which also adds, or I'm sorry, I have to add it to the champion bar to activate. So if I want this one to be active, I do have to take out one of the other 4, because you can only have 4 active at one time. All right, from there we're going to hit circle. We're going to go to warfare. This one's a little bit tricky. This is going to depend on whether or not you are making a character for crafting, or if you're making a character that you plan on playing later on. If you're making a character that you're planning on playing later on, put points wherever you see fit. If you know that you're going to have a magic character, put points in a magic. If you know it's going to be a stamina character, put points in a stamina. Because we're just using this for crafting, I'm not going to do things like this. It's going to increase our magicka, because we don't need it. We're not going to be doing any magic spells. Same thing with this one. We're not going to need any stamina spells, so I'm not going to mess with it. This here says it increases your weapon and spell damage by 3 per stage. So we are going to put points into this one because we want our normal weapon to actually be doing damage just from regular attacking. So we're going to max that out. We're going to put 50 points in there. Then we are going to look at this one. That's for stamina. We don't want it. We're going to look at this one. This is for crit. We are going to max this one out as well, because we do want to crit, because we're going to be hitting normal. This one here, it gives you health it heals you for 7% of the damage you're doing. We're going to go ahead and max that one out too. This one we're not going to do. This one's a bit tricky. If you guys know something I don't know, please go ahead and do it. The reason why we're not doing this one, even though it grants 41 weapon and spell damage, if you read the rest of that sentence, it says to your damaging abilities per stage. If you don't plan on using abilities, you don't have to do this one. It's up to you. It's up to you whether you want to put that one in or not. Same thing with this one here. This would be actually kind of cool to have some points into, but if you take a look there, it says whenever you kill an enemy under the effect of a status effect. So if you're not putting any type of status effect because you're not using any abilities, then you're not going to want that one. If you are using abilities and it puts status effects on them, then go ahead and grab that. This one here, that's probably a no-go as well because that's only while you're flanking enemies. This one here, we are going to put points into because it's increasing our damage and our crit damage and our crit healing. That leaves us with 74 points. You guys can take a look around, put wherever you want. If you guys want, you can come into this tree here. You can go with grants 350 offensive penetration. We'll go ahead and max that one out. I think this one here is the other one. Yeah, this one increases your damage done with your light and heavy attacks. We are going to be doing normal, heavy, and light attacks, so we're going to go ahead and put points into that too. So that leaves us with only 4 points, nothing else. Whoops. Nothing else to really put anything into. I should point out, because I didn't really go over that, the ones that have purple like this, you can see there it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different, six different things under it. So when you click on it, it's going to take you to another tree, and then of course you can put wherever you want. Normally it starts you off in the middle of that tree, but that is these purple ones. And then even within the purple ones, if you decide to put points into anything like we did here, you can see that this one does not have to be assigned up there at the top, but this one, because it's kind of highlighted blue, it does. Like I said, it says add to champion bar to activate. So we're going to hit circle though. We're going to come back to our main tree here. Like I said, we only have 4 points left down on the bottom right, so I'm content with what we have here. I'm hit square to confirm everything, hit X. Now we are going to end up using some abilities, which is why we saved our character with no abilities at the moment. So like I said, if you want this one, you can max that one out instead of one of the other ones. That is completely up to you. But we're going to come over to any one of the ones that's a champion bar to activate, and you can hit triangle on that, or you don't even have to be on anything. You just hit triangle over here. Once again, tap triangle, do not hold it. Those are two different things that you're going to be doing. So tap triangle, it'll take you in here again. You can see that we only have 4 that we need to assign. Luckily, there's only 4 at the top there. So once again, we're going to hit X there. We're going to hit right on the D-pad. We're going to go down to Weapons Expert, hit X there, which assigns it, right on the D-pad. Down to Reaving Blows, hit X again. Right on the D-pad, down on the D-pad, X to assign Untamed Aggression. And then we're going to hit circle, and we're going to confirm all of those to make sure that they lock in at the top there. The last one that we're going to do is Finesse. Fitness. I don't know why I said finesse. I've done that before. It's fitness. It's fitness, guys. I'm not a fitness person. That's probably why I don't like it. But anyway, so this one here, like I said, it is going to have things that have to do with like magicka, stamina, things like that. We're not looking for that. At least I'm not with what we're doing, because we are doing a crafting character. If this is going to be your main, because it's a new character, then you probably don't have any champion points. But if this is an alternate that you're trying to turn into just an alternate character that you're still going to be using, maybe you want a second character for a tank healer or whatever, then put points wherever you see fit. For my crafter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to max out everything for health. We're going to take the armor one here, and we're also going to do this one mainly for the health recovery. It does give magic and stamina recovery as well, but we're doing this for the health recovery. So we're going to max that out too. Then we're going to come down here to this one. You can pick either one of these, obviously, or you can go up over here. Those are the 3 that start unlocked. I want to come up this way, so that's why we're going with this one. I don't need reduced cost of sprint, but because we're trying to go this way, I do have to at least unlock it. So we're going to put 10 points into it only. Right there, that unlocks this one. Now for me to unlock this next one, I do have to put points in here. So we're going to come in here. Once again, I don't need this at all, but we're going to put 8 points into it. That unlocks this one here. We're going to max this one out because this gives us 280 per stage. So that'll give us 560 total. The reason we put points into that one is because we're trying to come here. Gain 30 health recovery for every 10 ultimate you have. That's technically not even going to kick in really because we're not going to be getting ultimate because we're going to be such a low level, but I still do go for it. I don't know why. That leaves us with only 5 points. I don't really have 5 points to put anything else in. This is for magic, this is for stamina. You guys can take a look around, put points wherever you decide that you want your points at. It's up to you guys. I like it where it's at. We're going to hit square to confirm, hit X. That confirms everything. We're going to tap triangle again, and we're going to assign these 4 things like we did with the other ones. You can see there at the top. So we're going to hit circle, we're going to hit square, confirm one last time. So now we have every skill up there at the top. We're going to hit circle, we're going to back out of that too. So that is why you set everything beforehand, because if I decide that I want to play this character at a later point in time, when I come in here and I pick this, it will unassign all of those champion points. That's why you do it with nothing on that character first. And then if you decide to come in here and you want to get some skills for whatever reason, then you can. I don't know if any of these are, because I've never really used the sorcerer, so I don't know if any of these are, what's it called? AoEs. Call down lightning strike. Yeah, see, I think that's like a single target type thing. Create a globe magic expression for 9 minutes. Removing, preventing. That's an AoE, but it doesn't look like it does any damage. Oh wait, that's not even... Okay, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, so that one's not an AoE either. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We're going to come out here. So let me point out something. If you do not have an alternate character and this is your very first character, if you skip the tutorial or if you did the tutorial, either way you're going to have some training items. What I mean by training items is I mean actual items that have a training trait on them. So right now, if you skip the tutorial, you should have 2 training items. So if you come into your inventory, your first one is going to be your hand here. You can see right there in the center it says training increases experience gain from kills by 5%. And then the other item that you should have is going to be on your legs. Once again, there in the center it says training. It says increases experience gain from kills by 7%. So that's a total of 12% training that you'll have. If this is an alternate, or if you have a friend that has played the game, or if you guys want to add me and you want to message me, I can only do this with so many people because it does cost items to make this gear. But what you can do is you can ask someone to make you some training gear. If they make you training gear and give it to you, perfect. If they mail it to you, it's going to be in your mail, which you can hit the options button. You can go down to, social, and go all the way down to mail. It will be in here. If someone mails it to you, it's only going to be available for 6 days, so make sure you grab that as soon as they give it to you. If you need to go to a bank, because it's on an alternate character and you have it in your bank, you can come to this icon here, which is your bank. So it doesn't matter what town you're in, this is the icon that you're looking for. With my character, because this is an alternate for me, I do have a bank that I can actually call. So I can go to allies, I can go to assistance, I can come down here to my Pyroclast Infernus Conservator. I can hit square to assign them, put it over there, and now I can call that bank out. So I'll hold up on the D-pad, hit R2, and there's my bank. So I made myself actual training gear. So I'm going to withdraw it now from my bank. So I have this item here. And I have tons of stuff in the bank. I will go over some of this because it is going to help you guys understand why I'm doing this with my characters, why I have so many different alts. I don't need any of those. I should have some bracers here, gauntlets, bracers, there we go. I should have a helmet right there. Now the items that I made, they look very stupid on my character. They don't really go together. but I made them like that for a reason, and I will go over that as well in a second. This is the main reason why I made the character. Once you have your crafting maxed out, you'll start getting items like these, and it will give you RIT vouchers once you complete these. RIT vouchers you can use to buy other crafting tables and things like that. As you guys can see, I'm currently sitting on a lot of them. There's a reason for that, because my main character is still researching some of the stuff, so I want to make sure that I actually have everything researched before I actually start just kind of jumping on these. And that's going to take forever anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. Here's the shoulder pieces. There is the one that I crafted. And if you did craft it, you can see that it will tell you who it was created by. You can see there in the center it says created by Chaos Reigns. That is my main character. So we're going to take that. I did use a lightning staff. I also have daggers because I was testing out different weapons. I think the lightning staff is probably the one that I thought helped me out the best. Tons of maps here. We're just going to skip over those. Oops. And then grab our belt. So that is everything that I have for my character. So now I can go into my inventory. Real quick, one of the other things you can do is you can hit your options button, go to collections again, and you're going to go down to mounts. If you have a mount, you're going to equip it. Doesn't matter what your mount is, just make sure that you do have it equipped. To pull out your mount, you'll hold the touchpad. There you go. And then to jump off it, you can either attack. I usually hit R3, which is a crouch button, but it makes sure that I'm not attacking like guards or anything like that, especially in towns. And if you have it on to where you can attack those NPCs, just be careful, because you'll end up hurting yourself and the guards will start attacking you, which you can't kill the guards. You literally cannot kill the guards, so don't think that you can. When you attack them, their health just does not go down. I'm not exaggerating. It literally just stays maxed out, so you have to run. What was I doing here? Okay, so once you have all of your items here, you can come into your inventory. Sorry about that. Let me show you guys from the start here. First, let's put away our companion there, or our assistant. We're going to hit our options button. Then you're going to go to inventory. You're going to go to your main hand, and you're going to equip whatever training item you have for that, or you can keep the one that it gave you, which is usually a two-handed axe. Unless you did the tutorial, then you might have something different. But for me, it's going to be the lightning staff that my other character made. Then the head item that my other character made, the chest piece my other character made, all this stuff my other character made. If you don't have someone to make you the stuff, the two main things that you want to make sure you have is the legs, which it should automatically come on your character, and the axe, which also should automatically come on your character. Everything else is not going to be training, so you don't really have to worry about that. But this is what my character looks like with all the training gear on. It kinda doesn't match. If you're a new player, look in the top left. It says armor skill lines. It says equipping 3 pieces of light, medium, or heavy armor will unlock that skill line. If you plan on playing that character at a later point in time, you're going to want to make sure that you do have as many skill lines unlocked as possible. Or I'm sorry, yeah, as possible, but as soon as possible. So right now my character has 3 light armors and 3 medium armors, but only 2 heavy. So if I decided that I wanted to put another heavy one on, one of the things that you can do to at least unlock the skill line is equip a 3rd one real quick, make sure that it unlocks, and then switch it back. So I will show you guys what I mean while we are playing, if I remember. I just wanted to make sure that we had that way shrine there. So there's the way shrine. I thought it was down here, but it's right here. I don't know why it wasn't showing it earlier, either that or I just missed it. So once we have everything equipped, if you guys want, like I said, you guys, okay, so we only have the medium one. Why didn't the light one unlock? Did I miss something here? Let's see. We have medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy, medium. Wait, do I have 3 heavies? Medium, heavy, light, that's 1 of each. Light, medium. Oh, I made 4 medium. That's crazy. Huh. Okay, well, we can do this real quick. Where's it at? Those are both heavy. Those are both light. That's another medium. I don't need that. Here we go. So So right now I can switch this out for this just to unlock the skill line. There you go, you can see it says skill line gain light armor. So now if we look at skills, I have the light armor one unlocked. But I still do want the other item because it has the training on it. So there we go. Which you can end up doing that too, so I don't even have to show you guys. You can end up doing that too with the heavy armor. So say you find a piece of heavy armor, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not two of the pieces you're already wearing. Switch it out real quick, make sure that it unlocks in your skill line, which is here. It'll look just like these two, except it'll be a third one. It'll say heavy armor. Go ahead and put a point into that, or not a point into it, but just make sure that it actually shows up here, and then you can switch out your armor back to the other thing. So we came over to this here, the way shrine, because we're actually going to go back over to Davin's Watch. Like I said, this is the area that I know the best, so we're coming back over here. And I do apologize for the long video, but this is the best way to explain everything to you guys. Hopefully if you guys are not having any issues, you guys do completely understand everything that I'm talking about. If you have any questions or anything, of course ask me. I have no problem answering you guys. So once you come out of Davin's Watch Way Shrine there, you'll have this area over here with all of these, like this makeshift wall here. And this is what I was talking about. So you'll come across items you can pick up. We'll go ahead and pick that up. 50% chance to get double, so we'll probably get 2 there. Yep, we got 2 alchemical resin and 2 of the mountain flowers. Normally only get 1 mountain flower, so that did work. We got 2 there. Perfect. So the whole reason for the staff is to be able to attack more than 1 enemy at a time. In order to unlock the skill line for that staff, you can see we don't have it yet. We have to at least kill 1 enemy. So we're going to come over here, we're going to kill 1 enemy with this real quick. You can see there up in the top left, it talks about status effects. It will probably also go over killing an enemy and unlocking a skill line. There we go. So you can see there in the center of the screen, skill line gained, destruction staff. That's why I use the lightning one. It is a destruction staff, so now we have that at level 3. We're going to hit X on it. You can see it comes with 3 things already unlocked. Or no. This has to be level 4. Okay, but it comes with 1 already unlocked, so if you guys want, you can get that. We're going to wait till it's level 4, and then we're going to put points into the Wall of Elements. If you want to get that unlocked sooner, you can go ahead and buy this one here. It'll automatically assign it, and it tells you how to assign the abilities there. So now it is in the square up there at the top, which now squares down there at the bottom. If I want to use that ability, I just tap square. That's the ability. I'm not worried about that. It'll level up on its own because it's on the bar. So we're just going to run around. We're going to kill stuff. We're going to wait till that gets to not the skill itself. You see there that the skill itself leveled up. So the skill is already at level 2. We're waiting for the entire destruction staff skill line to get to level. We can get Wall of Elements, because that's the one that we're for. That one has not like a big AoE, but it has an AoE period, so that's what we're trying to get. So that'll unlock at destruction staff level 4. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to run around in this area and we're going to kill all these purple guys. The whole reason that we got the health and the health recovery is for this reason here. We're going to grab as many of these guys as we can. Of course, you can run around, you can try to grab all of them, but they will only stay within a certain distance. So if I run across the map, of course, they're going to de-aggro and stuff. So we're going to stay within this little area here. We're going to grab all these guys and we're just going to kill them. So bear with me. We're going to kill these guys. The whole reason that we're doing this is because, like I said, I want to use this character for crafting. I cannot get my crafting writs until this character is level 6. So the character itself, I have to level up to level 6. You can see our medium armor there is already at level 4. We're going to come over to the next area over here. We're going to grab either 2 or 3 guys here. I think only 2 here. And of course, you guys can find, if you guys have an alt and you know a better place to do this at, where there's more enemies kind of congested, go for it. This is just the area that I know, so this is the area that I'm using. am going to keep you guys with me, so hopefully you guys are not doing anything important. Just sit back, relax, watch this amazing gameplay of me just, you know, running around killing stuff. Look at that. Our destruction staff just increased to level 4. That is perfect. We're going to loot those. We're going to move away from that guy before he aggroes. De-aggro. He did for a second there, and then he de-aggroed. Alright, so before he comes over to us, we're going to go back into our skills. You can see now we do have the Wall of Elements unlocked. We're going to hit X to purchase it. And this is the whole reason that we made the armory set with no skills or anything like that too, because you may not want to keep any of these skills that we're using right now. And if that's the case, that is perfectly fine. But I do want to use these skills, at least currently. So that's why I have them. So we're going to grab this guy again. We're going to grab this one over here. If we can reach him. There we go. And then when he comes running this way, he's going to be all up in our stuff here. Whenever he decides to come this way, maybe he won't. But if he was, we can use our Wall of Elements there, and you can see that it is going to be doing damage over time in that area. And look at that, we already got one of our levels there. We do have to be level 6, like I said, so we're going to keep going. We're going to hold the options button though, so that we can get our reward here. This is where you can equip whatever extra piece you needed, so you'll have an option between light, medium, or heavy legs. We're going to take the heavy, we're going to claim that reward. We're going to put another point into health. And then while we are in here, or while we're just kind of standing around for a second, we're going to go to options. Oh, the legs are already heavy, man. Well, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. No big deal, no big deal. I don't know who that is. We're not going to help him. You will come across chests like this, hopefully. I have not yet. If you have looted any lockpicks, that's the only time you're going to be able to open that. Hopefully you do end up getting a lockpick, because if you do, that will actually unlock your ledger main skill line, which you can use later on to get money for stealing and stuff like that. So here we're going to grab quite a bit of these guys. If anyone else runs by, they are going to see you. They're going to be like, hey, that's a low level, I'm going to help him. Don't worry about anyone else attacking your enemies. Just make sure you get a hit on them before they die. You'll still get XP. You'll get the full amount of XP for killing them. Same thing vice versa though. If you see other people attacking enemies already, at least get one hit on those enemies, because it will give you XP when that enemy dies. So do that as much as possible. That'll help you with your leveling up and everything. And of course, we are already out of our Wall of Elements there, so we're going to cast it again real quick. We're going to make sure that these guys are standing in this lightning here. And don't worry about standing in the blue stuff. We have enough health and everything that we won't have to worry about dying here. Of course, still move out of it. Don't just be like, he said I have enough health. I'm just saying, just don't worry about it. Like, you can move out of it though, which will help you, but don't just stand in it and be like, I'm good, you know, like I don't have to worry about it. But also don't panic if you are in it. Just make sure that you're casually moving out of it when you need to. Alright, and then we're going to come over here. We're going to grab some more guys from up over here. And this is why I decided to use the lightning staff, because you're going to be able to do stuff like this where you have the AoE with the destruction staff, and then you can also grab a whole bunch of people in the distance. The daggers are actually pretty fast too, but you do have to be up close and personal with every single one of those abilities. You can probably use other things that will help you with ranged attacks, but the staff is, like I said, probably the best thing that I came across in order to do this as quick as possible. And I'm not saying this is the fastest one. I'm sure that there's something else out there that people did way more testing on, but this is what I came across. So like I said, this is just situational. It's circumstantial. This is my opinion and my suggestion on what I think you guys should do if you're looking at trying to do the same thing that I'm doing. Oh, there's usually a guy right here. Did I already pull him? Maybe someone else already killed him. It's fine. And sometimes you will see a whole bunch of other people running through here. Don't worry about them. It's going to... don't worry about them if they're killing your characters or whatever. Like I said, just make sure that you're getting a couple hits on everything that's in the area as much as possible. There's one guy there. So he'll probably come over and hit some of my guys just so he can get some of the XP. Same thing works with like healers. If they're healing or whatever, they are going to get XP from you. He's not stealing any XP from me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie. I do find that annoying when people come over and do that. But at the same time, I just do the same thing and I take advantage of it as well. So I don't blame them. I find it annoying. But it is what it is, guys. So no big deal. Just like I said, make sure that you have some type of AoE and you get at least one hit on every single enemy. That way you're getting the XP from that enemy. If not, nah, it's alright. It's not that big of a deal. I will say that if you're doing this without having the training gear on and you're only using the training gear that the game gives you, that is going to be a total of the of 12 experience. With the experience gear that I have, it gives you a total of, where'd it go? I wrote it down somewhere. Hang on, let me make sure that I tagged this. Oh, there's usually another one over there, so that's fine. So without it, without the experience, without crafted experience, this will probably take you about 30 minutes total in order to get to level 6 the way that we are trying to get to. If you do this with the crafted gear, it's going to take you somewhere around 20 minutes. It's not that much of a difference, but it does help. So just make sure that you guys are getting that crafted gear if you can. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, see, and that's what's annoying about it. Like, he'll attack and he'll just go stand off and not do anything because he's just farming off of me. That's why it's annoying. I'm not gonna follow with him. So like I said, 12 experience with the gear that it gives you that already has experience on it. If you have the crafted experience, it's a total of 54% experience. And this guy's gonna get really annoying. Okay, yeah, he's just following us and then just standing there. Like, he didn't even finish that guy off. See, he was over here. He could have ran up this way and killed all these guys, but he's just... Look at him. Look at him. Now that I'm attacking these spots, he's gonna come over here. In a second, let me give you guys some more facts about everything I'm doing here in a second. Let's go ahead and pull in as many of these. Yep, there he is. Look at that. Oh, that's not an enemy. I feel bad. Not really, though. He's over there in his bag. Okay, I think he stayed over there. So there's another level there. That's not him, that's a different character. Unless he put on a new helmet, that might be him. Let's see, is he over? Yeah, he's still over there, so it wasn't him. Alright, so, oh, and like I said with the orc, that's the whole reason that you guys wanted to pick an orc, or that's the reason I wanted you guys to pick an orc. We're going to put points back into our health there. If you look at your racial trait here, you can see it increases your experience gain with the heavy armor skill line by 15%, and it increases your crafting inspiration gain by 10%. That is the main thing there. The increase of the crafting inspiration by 10%, that's why we picked the orc. And that one comes unlocked, you don't have to spend any points on that, so that's perfect. There's so much stuff that I wrote down, and I feel like I'm not even covering a lot of it. The chests that are in the area, there is one where you guys seen it, which I don't remember where that was, but I'll show you guys where the chests in this area spawn. Usually there is a chest right here. There is a chest over here. Give me a second, let me get over to where I'm talking about. right here. I think this is the one that you guys seen. There's usually a chest here. And if it's not in either one of those places, sometimes there is a chest in here behind these boxes, right over there behind the pole. So just keep that in mind, because if you guys can open those chests, that's going to be extra stuff that you guys can break down, and you guys will get extra XP or not XP, but you'll get extra inspiration towards your crafting for breaking down those items. You don't have to break them down if you are playing solo. Some of those items may contain training on them, because this is an area where you can get easy training items as far as to get more XP if you don't have someone to craft that stuff, or you should just keep an eye out for that too. Every time you get an item, take a look at it, see if it has training on it, if you're not already wearing the training gear. Because it's not that big of a difference, it's not that big of a time difference, but it does help, I promise you guys. What else? Let's see. As far as the guilds, you don't have to worry about joining any guilds or anything like that. The main thing that we need to do though is we do have to stop by the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild in order to get what's it called? In order to get certified for some of the writs, which I will go over that once we hit level 6, which shouldn't be too much longer. I think we're pretty much there. Let's see, character, where does it show it at? Oh, we still have almost a full bar, but that shouldn't take too long. We'll be alright. Take a look here. If you come across any books or shelves while you're running around, whether you're doing it here or when you're crafting or anything like that, or when you're doing the writs, the certification for the writs, make sure that you read those bookshelves, make sure you read the books, make sure you read anything and everything that you can, because sometimes you will get a free skill out of it. Like there's one that will give you, an extra point to your alchemy. Even if your alchemy is at a later point and it's at like 49, you may want to go and read that book, because it'll give you 50. Some people, I will say this, I have not done this in quite a while because I level my stuff differently, but some people will actually go and you can Google the different skills and everything, and it'll tell you which books we're at will give you a level. So some people will wait until they're like level 48, 49, because 50 is the max, and then they'll go pick up that book at level 50, or at level 49, because it'll give them a whole extra level, and it's less time in between each one of those levels. But I usually just go and pick them up if I know that they're there. I don't really know where they're all at. If I see them, I grab them. If you can't really tell which ones they are, that's why I said if you see a bookshelf, just go and hit X on it. It'll let you read whatever, and it may or may not give you a level. And then if it's something that you don't have unlocked yet, like there's a spot where I know that there is a sword and shield that doesn't have, or I'm sorry, that I'm not using a sword and shield because I'm using a destruction staff. If I go and I pick that up, it'll automatically unlock that skill line for me and give me a level. So that does happen. Just make sure that you guys, like I said, are reading those books whenever you can, so that you guys can get that those extra points just easy. What else? Let me see. I feel like I wrote down so much stuff, and I don't have much to go over anymore. I told you guys about how to get the free room. I told you guys about the armory. Told you guys about the champion points. Selling and deconstructing. I told you that if you have the extra items, you can either hold on to them or you can sell them. I wouldn't suggest selling them unless you guys are only after the money, then go for it. But I would say if you are doing this for crafting, just use the extra items and deconstruct it with your newer characters. So anything that I'm not going to keep on this character, I'll just use to deconstruct, because when you're deconstructing the items, it will actually give you points towards your what's it called, towards your crafting level for whatever you're deconstructing. So if you're deconstructing light or medium armor, that'll go towards your clothing. If you're doing a heavy piece of armor or any type of metal weapon, that will go towards your heavy, your blacksmithing. If you do any type of bow or staff, that will go towards your woodworking. If you are doing any type of enchanting, that'll go towards your enchanting, of course, and same thing with jewel crafting, that'll go towards your jewel crafting. So just keep that in mind, that you can deconstruct those items, and then you can also research items. But if this is an alt that you guys are creating, then you already know about researching. If it's a new character, research everything. I will talk about research here in just a second. I'm going to finish off these guys real quick, and I'll explain researching just real quick. So researching, how I made the items that we have on our character, how it says training there on that. If you look at some of these other ones, that's also training. I'm sure I have something else somewhere. Come on. Come on. Those are also both training. So I literally not have anything else. Wow. I don't. I'm really surprised I haven't gotten anything else. Okay, well, how it says training on this item here, even though I created it and it has a little magnifying glass next to it, sometimes you'll see different things, like you'll see something that's called Nernhone, you'll see something that's called precise, defending. There's all kinds of different traits that you can learn that will add different effects to your characters. You can research those when you are doing the crafting, and researching those will help you learn that, so that when you craft the item, you can actually put it on the item. So kind of how I have the training, and I made that from my other character. That's how I was able to do it, because I researched it on every single one of those items that I made. On each type of item, I should say. So for all of the heavy pieces that I made with training, the weapons that I made with training, the light pieces, the medium pieces, I had to research that on each one of those pieces in order to learn it, to be able to put it on another weapon or piece of armor. I was going to say I should have went this way, because he's going to go and snatch up all of the enemies here, and then it's just going to take us longer to get to the next point. Oh, well, there's already a character over here, or another player. Oh, they might be doing a quest though, because they're running off, so they probably just finished their quest. This is an area for questing. Right out where they ran in this area here, there's NPCs over there that actually have quests for this area. Technically, you guys can go and get that quest too, but it's kind of annoying. It's just easier to just run through and just do this. Because if not, you're going to be running back and forth a lot anyway, which is going to be taking up time that you could just be here killing stuff with the training stuff on. The training XP, or the XP that you get from the training gear, does not count towards your like turning in quests or anything. It is only towards kills, which it actually tells you that in the tooltip when you're getting that stuff, or when you're looking at it. So it'll say 7% XP gained from killing, or from kills. Like, it won't say that it's from any random thing that gives you XP. It'll say specifically that it's from kills. So if we take a look here, you can see there it says increase experience gain from kills by 7%. So it's only from the kills, so don't think that you're going to be getting it if you're doing quests at the same time. Don't get me wrong, you'll get it from the kills you're doing during the questing, but then you're not getting anything at all when you're running back to turn in the quests, and some of the quests aren't really worth the XP to run back and forth, so that you're going to be missing out on times when you could have just been killing. Hopefully that all made sense. I think it did. Ooh, someone's got a bike outside and it's loud. Alright, I think we're getting close. Shouldn't be too much longer. I know this video's going on for a little bit here. Our main goal from doing this is just getting that level 6. Once we have that level 6, and we can move on to the next part. We just got it. Yep. So we just leveled up. Let's kill this last guy real quick and we'll get out of here. There we go. Alright. Did we don't have to loot him. Okay. I was looking at something else. Okay, so let's run out of here before we start aggroing some more stuff. Try to stay away from them on the way out. Grab this. Ah! Okay, well, let's just run away. They'll follow you for a bit. Once they get too far, they might still try to follow you like this, but we're already out of range. If you attack them, they'll go back. I don't know why it does that. Like, they'll follow you actually pretty far if you keep going. But it's just weird like that. I think it doesn't register until they attack you or until you attack them. Alright, so now that we have level 6, we're going to hold our start button here, our options button, and we're going to do claim rewards. We're going to go ahead and get our health there. And then we're not worried about the skills or anything. We are going to unequip everything again because we don't need this armor anymore. I don't need it at all anymore, so whoever wants that armor, make sure you guys message me and I will give it to you. From there, once you're level 6, now we need to go, and this part is going to be only for those of you who are looking at doing the crafting. Even if you're a new character and you just want to do crafting, you don't want to like make money off it, but you want to do crafting, this is something that will help you too. You're going to look for a board that looks like this. It'll say consumables crafting rate. It won't have a dragon if you're in a different area. It has a dragon for us because we're in the Evanhart Pact area. So there's 2 boards here that you're going to be looking for. We're going to hit X on one of them. It's going to talk to you about the crafting writs and that you need to get certified in order to do some crafting. This part here has been hit and miss. So let me explain. Orcs are normally from a different continent. What I've been having to do, and this doesn't happen every time, it's not happening this time from the looks of it. I've been having to go over here to Aldrion and go here to Volkil Guard, and Milanith and Danel, I think his name is. They're both down in this area. That's who you'll have to go and talk to. If you don't know where to go, what you can do is you can hit your options button. Onto journal. Look for the crafting certification. Hit square. Hit square, and it'll take you to where it's talking about. So for us, actually here where we're at, because if you look, we are... Where are we? We're right here. And we need to go here and here. So that is Danel. I think it's supposed to be Daniel. I don't know. But anyway, that's Danel. And this is Milanith. Those are the 2 people you're looking for. Danel, wherever you go, he's always going to be either in or by the Mages Guild. Milanith is always going to be either in or by the Fighters Guild. The Mages Guild is this icon here. The Fighters Guild is this sword icon here. Another thing that you can do if you don't want to do them where you're at, you should be able to come over to Somerset, which is where we're going to end up anyway. But you should be able to come over to Somerset and you can find them in this town too. I will point out where they are if you're doing it here, but I will say if you're doing it here, it's going to be annoying because Milanith is really far away from the crafting area. You can see here, the Mages Guild is here, the Fighters Guild is here, and this is their crafting area. So you'll have to run all the way up here just to get Milanith, and these are going to be back and forth quests. You'll see here in a second what I'm talking about, because in order to do crafting and actually get points from it, like to be able to level it up and everything like that, to be able to get the writs, you do have to be a certified crafter. This is the quest to get that certification. So pick it up from the board, look in your inventory, go to journal, look in your menu here, go to journal, go to quests, and then you can hit square on your crafting certification. It'll show you where to go. For us, luckily it's here in Davin's Watch. I know this very well. This is very easy for us. We're going to talk with Milanith. Did not mean to do that, but that is why I said to turn on the other thing where you don't want to steal stuff on accident. it actually tells me, do I still want to steal it or not? If I didn't have that on, it would just automatically pick it up and I'd have a bounty on me. We're going to hit circle so we don't steal that, and we're actually going to click on her. And look at that. Top left tells you about all that stealing stuff. Anyway, we're going to click on her, talk with Milanith. It says, yes, I saw the notice. How do the crafting writs work? She talks to you about the crafting writs, tells you how they work, but she says you need to be certified first. You can ask her about certification, what it is, what it does, all that stuff, and then you can say, I'm ready to be certified.
Excellent.
That'll complete that quest, but you're not certified still. You're just saying, yes, I want to be certified. So she offers blacksmithing, woodworking, and clothing. Danelle will offer 3 other ones, which I will go over in a bit, but she does blacksmithing, woodworking, and clothing, so we're going to go blacksmithing first.
You know your way around
you tell her you want to be certified as a blacksmith. She says, okay, then you have to make me an iron dagger. You say, okay, I'll go make an iron dagger. If you don't have the materials, if this is your new character, she'll tell you to go get iron ore. Luckily, we already have it, so all I have to do is say, I already have iron ore. From there, she'll say that you have to refine it and turn it into an ingot. If you tell her, hey, I already have the ingots as well, you can click on that, and then she'll say, all right, go make the dagger. So we're going to go make the dagger. So we're going to come out here, we're going to go over to the blacksmithing station, and for those new characters that that don't know anything about the game, like I said, you're new, hopefully that didn't come across as rude or anything. You have a compass at the top of your screen that's telling you where to go. You guys probably don't understand anything that's going on that compass other than the northeast, southwest on there. So the icon that's there in the center now, that little diamond looking thing, that is your main quest line. There's also one there, that is also your main quest line. One is for the zone, one is for the actual set story in the game, but both of those you'll probably want to end up doing. If you come across a black arrow like that, that is a side quest that you can do that is currently not being tracked. What I mean by not being tracked, if you look up in the top right, it says blacksmith certification. Because blacksmith certification is highlighted up there in the top right, that means it's being tracked. You can also look at what's being tracked by going into your journal. So you'll hit your options button, go journal, go to quests, and then this one here is not being tracked, so it doesn't have, it's not filled in white. Well, with the white little arrow, and then this one is being tracked, so it has a white arrow. If I take off that arrow, so if I put it down there, you can see that there is no white arrow anymore on here, but that icon is now white because that's the one that I'm being tracked. That's your other main story one, and then you have all these black ones. Pay attention to the black ones that are up there now. Don't worry about that there, the one that says Crow's Wood. Above it, wherever you're looking, it tells you who you're looking at. So right there, that is a person named Hillen. Over here, that is a dungeon called Crow's Wood. You don't have to worry about it. That's just something that you'll learn later in the game, doing the dungeon delves, things like that. This quest here, this is the one that we're looking for, but like I said, it's not being tracked. So you can go back in here, go there and track it again. I'm actually going to untrack it because I want to show you a faster way of doing that. So we're going to click it back there. While you're out in the open world, if you tap right on the D-pad, it rotates through your missions. You can see right now we're tracking Soul-Shriven Cold Harbor. If I hit right on the D-pad, it goes over to our blacksmithing one. So these arrows that are over here now are white because that's where we need to go. If I hit right on the D-pad again, it marks them black because we're not tracking it. Right again, tracking it. Hopefully you guys are tracking what I'm saying. So once you have this quest, you can see that you come over here. Milanith is already over here. She will already be over here most of the time. Same thing with Danelle when you're doing these quests. This guy here has an icon over his head because if you're new to the game, you're not going to have the crafting material. So, or no, I'm sorry, this style material. So you're going to have to hit X on this.
No one.
And this is a reason why you may want to sell those other items that you picked up when you were doing this instead of breaking them down, because you'll come in here, you'll go to blacksmith, and you will go down to whatever your race is. So here you can see that in the center of the screen it says it's a style material. It's called adamantite. This one says it's an ingredient for crafting the high elf style. We're an orc, so we need to find the one for an orc. So we're going to go down. You can see there the manganese. This is the one for the orc. If you don't have them, go ahead and buy it. I have them, so I'm not going to buy it. You don't really have to do anything with him if you already have it. So we're going to come over to either this blacksmithing station or this one, doesn't matter. Just when you click or when you highlight it, make sure it says blacksmithing station. So we'll hit X on that. If you had to go and you had to get the ore, right here is where you can refine the ore. So you'll hit refine. You'll find whatever the ore is. So say it was the high, actually it's going to be iron ore. So say you pick up iron ore, you'll hit X on this. Then you'll hold square. Depending on how many pieces you have, it'll say you're going to refine it. You'll hit X and it'll refine it. Up in the top right, you can see how many ingots I got out of that iron ore. The tutorial for the game will explain all that to you. You don't have to worry about that if you're new to the game. If you already have all that done and you're just trying to make the dagger, you'll go to creation. It talks to you here about creating. You can scroll through there, read everything that it's telling you. We're just going to hit X because we know what we're doing. I'll explain it to you at the very, very top where it says weapons. You can see there's two little circles under that. It says L1 and R1. R1 switches over to your apparel. L1 is all weapons. So from there, you have different boxes. The boxes are going to determine what you're making, how many you're making, what level you're making it, and what trait you're putting on it. At the very top, we have to make a dagger. You can see our mission is up on the top right, which is why we're tracking those quests. That's why I said you want to be tracking your quests. So the type, we need to find a dagger. Normally, the mission that you're doing, if you're tracking it, it will have the little arrow. You can see the little arrow there on the dagger. Down here, this lets you pick the material for the level of the item that you're making. So if I wanted to craft a CP 150, that means champion points, then I would need whatever this is, which is rubidite ingots. And then if I wanted to make a 160, I'd go under that and I hit over to change that level. So I can make 150 to 160 using the rubidite. If I come back all the way to the beginning where the iron ingots are, you can see it says iron ingot levels 1 to 14. So if I come down, like it's already on iron ingots, but if I go down 1 where it says level 1, you can see it goes from level 1 to level 4 to level 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. That's the only weird thing about the game is it only does it like every other level. But we only need to make level 1 for our writs, so we're going to leave it at level 1. The higher level that you're making is going to require more ingots. Under where it says level 1, it says requires 2 iron ingots. If we were making a level 14, you can see it would require 8 iron ingots. You can make a 14 for the quest if you want, but you're just wasting materials. So we're going to leave that on level 1. Make sure that we do have the iron there. Down here, this is where you'll pick the style of the item that you want to make. So we do have to go over to Orc because it's the only thing that we know. Later on, you can find books or you can buy books that will let you create a lot of this other stuff, or you can just unlock them depending on what you're finding out in the open world. But we're going to go over to Orc, whatever race you are, that is the one that you're going to have unlocked only, unless you already have books or anything like that. But because we're Orc, we're going to do Orc. Then down here, this is a trait. We're going to leave no trait on it, but this is also where you would make the different traits that I was telling you about. So if you wanted to make training material, you can see here that I can do 85 different training items. And because of the item, because it's a dagger, on the right side there, you can see it'll increase your experience gain from kills by only 2.5. That's because it's a dagger. If we did something like an axe or a bigger weapon like this iron axe here, iron battle axe, you can see that that would give us 5 XP or 5% XP. So we're going to go back over to the dagger because that's our mission, and we're also going to put no trait on it. So at the very bottom, if you want to craft multiple of them, you can hold square. It'll ask you how many you want to craft. We're not going to do that. You can still craft one by doing it that way, but we're not going to do that. We're going to hit circle to go back, and we're just going to tap square one time. That's going to make our one dagger. Up in the top right, you see we got that iron dagger, and the mission has now changed. It says talk to Millenith. So we're going to exit out of here, hit circle all the way out. Millenith, like I said, is already over here, so we're going to talk with her. She tells you, hey, that's a good dagger. You did awesome. Now I want you to deconstruct an item. So the item that we just made, it does not have to be that one if you have other items, but we're going to come over to back over to blacksmithing. We're going to go to deconstruct this time. It's going to tell you about deconstructing, and this is your first time in here. You can pick any single weapon that you have in your inventory here. My suggestion is to do the one that you just made because more than likely that's going to be the lowest weapon anyway. So hit X on it. If you're doing multiple ones, so if I wanted to do this and this, you can do both of those at the same time. To do that, you'll hold square and it'll do multiple at one time. I'm only doing the dagger, so I'm only having one check there, and I'm going to tap square. There we go. It's deconstructed. Again, our mission change. It says talk to Milanith again. So we're going to come back over here, talk with her.
You certainly know your
Says
way
I'm ready to
around
be
the forge.
certified as a blacksmith.
Of course.
Hit X,
I'll
and
get
there you go. You completed that mission.
right away. Let me know
So
if you
now
have
she
some
asks you
time.
about woodworking and clothing. So we're going to do the same thing with these two. So we're going to click on woodworking, and she's going to tell you the same type of stuff. We're just going to go through that as fast as possible. If you don't know where these different stations are, you can, you can look on your map here. And like I said, it'll have like an area like this showing that it's in that area if it doesn't have the little white arrow. Or, once again, you can go to Journal, Quests, make sure you have highlighted whatever quest you're trying to look at, tap square, and it'll tell you, hey, it's right over here. So this is where we're going. This is all the exact same stuff, except this time, grab that book real quick, except this time it's going to be with woodworking, so I'm not going to walk you guys through it. It's literally all the same stuff. You'll pick your weapon, you'll pick your type of material that you're using, you'll pick the style, and you'll make sure it has no trait. We're going to make the bow. Back out of there. It wants us to talk to Milanith again. Once again, she is already over here. Talk with her.
Excellent.
Now she wants you to deconstruct an item. We're going to go back in. Whoops, did not mean to go to create. We're going to go to deconstruct this time. And we're going to pick the same bow that we created. If you do have multiple items, like these two right here look exactly the same, you can see that this is one I created because it says created by ChaosCraft 2. So we're going to deconstruct it, hit X, hit square, deconstructed. Tells you to talk to her again. Talk to her again. She tells you you're certified.
Certainly.
Go to complete quest.
There's only you.
Done.
Of course.
From there, talk with her again
Show
or
me
stay
you
in
can
that menu.
craft
She
the
wants you to
of
craft
course.
gloves now for the clothing, for the clothier, whatever you want to call it. That one is back over here. And look at that, she just appeared over here in front of us because she teleports. If you need the style material, again, don't forget that you can click on them. If this is your first character, this is going to take you a lot longer because if this is your first character, you need to go and get these materials. So with the blacksmithing, you have to go out, you have to find ore, you have to bring it back, you have to refine it. If it's woodworking, you have to go out, you have to find the wood. If it's the clothing, you have to go out and you have to find the clothing items. Clothing items are a bit weird for the light. Actually, for the light and the medium, they're both plants. The light that you're looking for is going to be called jute. And the medium is... Okay, and the medium is actually from the animals. So the medium is going to be easier. Just go kill some animals. You'll get the rawhide. The light is going to be a plant that you're going to be looking for that's going to be called jute. So we're going to come in here, look for the arrow. Same thing with all the other ones. Normally, once you create one item for that day, it's going to stay on whatever style you use. So that's why I haven't had to switch the style again. But we're going to go ahead and make this jute item here. Back out of there. Talk with Milanith. She's going to say, hey, great job. Why don't you go break it down now? So there we go. Whoops. A little closer. Deconstruct. We're going to look for that item we just made. X square. Back out of there. Come back, talk with her again. She says, hey, great job.
Done.
Complete quest.
I have no.
And that's it. Then you can ask her other questions if you want to
Some
research
weapon.
traits
Bring any item
or
with
how
the
to become a
traits
master
with.
crafter. She'll explain all that to you. From there, now you can look at this board and you can pick up the ones that she showed you. So you can pick up the clothing writ, the blacksmithing writ, and the woodworking writ. I'm not going to pick those up yet because I want to show you guys how to do the other three. The other three, you have your alchemy, which is here. We're going to grab this over here on the table though. So you can grab your alchemy, which is here. And then in here, you can do enchanting and enchanting and jewel crafting. Jewel crafting we have to go to another area for though. And then in order to do the provisioning, which is cooking, that's actually going to be up here at the inn. This is the only, well, this is one of the only places, one of the few places where you have to go to the inn in order to make food. So this is the inn here. It's called the Watch House. But before we can even do those, we have to get the quest in order to be certified. So that's where the Mages Guild comes in. If you guys don't remember, we did the Fighters Guild, which was over here. That was Milanith. Now we need to come over here to the Mages Guild, which it's not even on the mission thing anymore. So that's why I'm pointing this out. But we need to go to the Mages Guild. We need to look for the guy named Danelle. So come in here. You don't have to join the guild. If you want to join the Mages Guild, which will give you other abilities and stuff, talk with this person here. But this is the guy we're looking for, Danel Teleno. Talk with him.
There is much more.
He says that he can certify with provisioning,
from?
enchanting, and alchemy. So we're going to go with provisioning first.
Yeah,
He tells you that he wants you to cook a pig, but you don't have the recipe. He gives you the recipe. Make sure you guys grab it out of this trunk. If you don't know where you're going, because in other areas his trunk is further away from him, once again, go in here, go to journal, go to quests, highlight your provisioner certification, tap square, it'll tell you where to go. Or you can look on the compass at the top there, because we're tracking it. You can see that the little white arrows pointing over here. So anyway, we come in here, pick up his recipe for roast pig, go back in here. He wants you to learn it. We're going to go up here to our supplies. You can see there, recipe roast pig. Hit X on that. Your character learns it. Tells you there in the center screen you just learned it. Now you want to talk to Danel again. Now he's going to say, hey, go cook that pig that you just learned. I'm like, okay. So we're going to come out here. Back out to Devin's Watch. We're going to go into the watch house where the provisioning is done at. And we're going to make the first right in here. There are 2 books that you can grab in here. I want to point them out real quick. One is right here. The other one is back here.
More shame.
Alright, and it didn't even give us anything. That's fine. This is a cooking fire. This is where you need to come. You need to find some type of cooking fire. If it's not in the inn, then there's one somewhere in the area, I guarantee you. But you'll find a cooking fire. Hit X on that. Don't do fillet. That is for fish. You'll go to creation. You should only have the roast pig if it's a new character or if it's a new alt. You'll hit X on that. Or I'm sorry, you don't have to hit X. You'll just leave it there. At the very top, I want to point this out because this is going to be something later that you'll be doing for provisioning. But right now, we're only doing the roast pig. If they want you to make a drink, you'll have to hit R1 to go over to the drinks. And then, of course, you can do furnishings, but almost everything has furnishings. I don't do furnishings ever, and it's not going to ask you to do it for the mission. But it will switch between food and drink, or sometimes it'll have you do both. Get used to doing both. So right now it only wants us to do the roast pig. We can hit square. Go ahead and craft that. Of course, you need the white meat. If you don't have white meat, go out, kill some animals. You'll eventually get white meat somewhere. Come back, craft it. If you don't have the recipe that they're asking you to make, I will say if it's a new character or if it's your first, or if it's an alt, it's always going to be the roast pig, and he'll always give the recipe. Later on though, if you're playing new, they will ask you to craft other stuff. This chef here, this vendor, you can look at him. He has a whole bunch of recipes. These are the recipes that it'll ask you to craft. So eventually it'll ask you to make baked apples, baked potato, banana surprise, carrot soup, all these. There may be some in higher levels that'll ask you to make that this chef won't have. Just go to a higher leveling area. So instead of sticking into one of these starter zones here, like how we're in Stone Falls, this is a starter zone. You may have to go somewhere to like East March, go to one of the towns here. You'll look for the inn, which looks like this cup here. Go in there. There should be a chef in there. Talk with him. He should have the recipes that you're looking for. Doesn't necessarily have to be East March, but I'm just saying just go to a different area and talk to a chef. Anyway, Danel, he follows you the same way Milnet did, so he's right here. We'll go ahead and talk with him. Tell him, hey, we made the roast pig. He's like, cool, good job. Complete the quest. Now, we can do enchanting or alchemy. We'll click on enchanting. He says he wants you to go and make a glyph. So we're going to come out here. Like I said, if you are a new character, this is going to take you a while. To get the glyphs you need for this is actually going to take you a while. Hopefully you guys have an alternate character or you know a little bit about the game in order to find this stuff. If not, my suggestion, don't rush on this. Just go out, play the game. You'll eventually come across the glyphs. Once you have it, come back and craft it. It's not that big of a deal, guys. But we'll come here to the singing shards. Go in. This is where you do your enchanting. Come up to the enchanting table, hit X on it, go to creation. Now, up in the top right, it's going to tell you about how to craft and what all the stuff is. hit X on that. Up in the top right, it says unknown runes. I know what they are because I've done this with all these other characters. So we're going to come down here, we're going to pick Jorah. Then we're going to come down and we're going to pick the secondary one, which is going to be Oko. And then we're going to go down to the very last one, which is going to be Ta. That is how you make the trifling glyph of health. You can see up in the top right, that's what it wants us to make. For us, it says unknown glyph because we don't know what these are. Once you make the glyph, we'll hit square to craft it. Once you make the glyph, it tells you made the trifling glyph of health. And now on this character, you can see that the Ta is marked as base. The Oko is marked as health. They're on the left side because all the other ones have question marks under them. This one had one too, but now that we use it, it tells us what it is. And the very top one up here tells you that it was to develop. The rest of these, once again, have question marks under them because we didn't know what they were before. So once you craft it, now you know what they are. Here is Danelle again. We're going to grab this book first, though. Like I said, grab the bookshelves if you're near any of them. So we're going to grab this one. I think one of these might give us something. So that one there gave us two-handed. It increased our two-handed ability. And look at that. We gained it. That's the one that I was talking about. I thought it was sword and shield, but that's two-handed. You have the other one here. That one increased our alchemy, which we haven't even done alchemy yet, but that's already level 2. And there's also a bookshelf down here. I don't think this one gives us anything, though. Yeah, that one didn't give us anything. All right, so we can come over here. We can talk with Danelle, whatever his name is. Tell him we did the glyph. He's like, all right, cool, you're good. Complete that quest. Last thing, we're going to do our alchemy. Talk with him. Tell him you want to be alchemy certified. He's like, okay, go craft a sip of health for me. How do I craft health? Let me show you guys. So you're going to come over here. This is your alchemy station. This is a symbol you're looking for. Once again, if you don't know how to find it, you can look at the top at your compass, or you can go to, well, you can go to your map. You can find it here. Just look for that little highlighted area, or you can go in here, go to journal, make sure it's tracking, hit show on map, and it tells you. But anyway, we're going to come in here. We are going to use the alchemy station here. Danelle appears right here behind you. So come in here. It's going to tell you about alchemy. Hit X. Go to creation. This one up in the top right says you're missing items or traits. That's only because, like the enchanting, you just don't know what these traits do yet. Or I'm sorry, you don't know what the ingredients do yet. So what you need for the sip of health is 1 natural water. There are numerous ways to make this. I'm going to tell you guys the way that I do it. So we do the what is that? Natural water. Then we come down to the blue entoloma. And then we come down to our luminous russula. Now you can see there the 4 X's where it says unknown. Same thing with this one here. It's 4 X's unknown. When we actually craft something with this, it's going to highlight one of those items. So you can see there in the center of the screen where it says unknown potion, you can see the blue item and then the mushroom that we have there. We're going to hit square to craft it. Tells you there we made the sip of health. So now if you look at the luminous russula on the left side, you can see that it says restore health and it has one of those little X's highlighted. Same thing up here, has one of the little X's highlighted and it says restore health as well. So that's why those 2 items work together, because they have something in common. And then the water is just for that level. You can see it says makes level 3 potion. Or I could have done clear water, which makes level 10 potion. But I will say with this one, the level of the potion does make a difference, because if I do clear water, you can see there it makes a tincture of health, where the natural water makes a sip of health. So make sure that you guys are doing that correctly. Once you make that, you come over, you can talk with Danelle again. Turn it in. He says, hey, good job on that. Complete the quest. Then you can ask him once again about becoming a master crafter, like you could with Millenith. So after that, you can see here that this second board now has a blue arrow on it. Blue arrows usually means that those can be done daily. You can hit X on this, and you can pick up the 3 that he just did. We're not going to do that, though, because there is a 4th one that we're going to do for the jewel crafting, but we don't have it yet. The 4th one, we do have to go to a completely different area. So we're going to run out here. We're going to go back over to the way shrine out here. And Jesus, this is a long video. I'm so sorry for this video. Hopefully you guys are still with us. You guys are actually learning something from this, and I really hope this helps. So go to the Way Shrine. You're going to zoom out. You're going to come all the way over to Somerset. And this is why I was saying that you guys want this house over here. There was a reason for this. So now we can actually go straight to this house, or if when you're here, if you got this this Way Shrine, you can go to the Way Shrine. Doesn't matter which one you go to. We're going to go to the Way Shrine. And another reason for this house is because this is the area where if you are making a crafter, this is the area that you're going to want to return to a lot. So now we are going to go to the crafting area, which is down over here. You can see it's called the Plaza of the Hand. So we're going to mark that. You can see which direction it's in. Once you mark that, you can see there's a little set destination in that direction. So we can either go this way or we can go this way. It doesn't matter which one you go to. We're going to come down these stairs over here. If you go the other way, obviously you'll just come out right over there. We're going to go down these stairs too. Inside this area here, this is the Plaza of the Hand. This is where you can also pick up your daily writs for crafting. I will show you real quick. The two boards are right next to each other. One there, one there. And this is why you want this area, because it has all of the crafting stuff you need inside of this area here. These are all the different crafting areas, the alchemy station, the enchanting, jewel crafting, everything is here. But right outside of here, which is the reason why we came here, this is the only place you can do this. This is the jewel crafter. He's the one that's going to teach you jewel crafting. If you decided to wait to talk to Danelle and Milanith when you got here, Danelle is right here. He's not at the Mages Guild on this one. He's actually right here, and you'll have to run in there and come back out every single time because he does not follow you the way he does in the other areas. And Milanith, this is the one that is a pain in the butt, which is why I said to use your mount. And I keep forgetting that I even had the mount equipped because the mounts are slow right now because I don't have any points into it. She is all the way up over here. Right here. This is Milanith. And there's the Fighters Guild there. So if you did them here, you would have to talk with Milanith here. You would have to go craft the blade, the dagger that we did. You'll come back, you'll turn it into her. She'll tell you deconstruct it. You have to go back, deconstruct it, come back, do the same thing with the maple bow that we did, and do the same thing with the bracers that we did. And you'll have to go back and forth each time you craft, back and forth every time you deconstruct. So it's a pain in the butt to do it here, but everything as far as the crafting stations are all right here. So it's not too bad. It just the back and forth part with her is what bothered me. But anyway, you look for this guy here, Valerian. There we go. I was like, Valerian doesn't sound right. Valerian, he's in all purple. He will always be right here. He'll always be standing like this. You'll talk with him. He talks about your jewel crafting certification. You say yes, you want to do it. He'll say, okay, go craft me a ring. You'll come in here, and you're going to go to the left side. Once you're on the inside over here, you're going to go to the second set of tables. First set of tables are there. Those are enchanting. Second set are here. They'll have the little white arrow over them. We'll go ahead and grab this book here for jewel crafting. You can come in here. You can go to creation. Tells you right there. You can do the ring. Same as everything else. You'll pick the ring. You'll pick the level. You'll pick the material you're making it out of. Make sure it has no traits so you're not wasting materials. Craft the ring. The one ring to rule them all. It'll change the mission. It tells you go talk to Valerian again. Then come back out here. Talk with him. He says, hey, that's a great ring. Why don't you go deconstruct something for me? I'm like, okay, let's go deconstruct a ring or a necklace or whatever we have. Doesn't matter what we have. Doesn't matter if we do the one that we crafted. We just need to deconstruct something on the jewel crafting table. So we come here, go to deconstruct. We're going to do the one that we crafted. Deconstruct. Perfect. Now it says go talk to Felarian again. I'm messing this all up because I'm getting tired because this is annoying. But anyway, we come back out here, we talk with him again. He says, hey, that's a great looking ring, you're all done. So now we go to complete quests. It gives us a couple items. He talks about researching, or he talks about making a master crafter. from there, we are all done. We now have access to all of the crafting stuff. So now we can come in here. We can pick up all of our writs. These can be done daily. You can see here, this one now has the fourth one, which is a jewel crafting writ. The other side, the ones that I picked up were the ones that Danelle gave us. It was the provisioning, the enchanting, and the alchemy. But now we can pick up all of these. I'm just spamming X to pick them up quickly. If you go your options button, go to journal, go to quests, you can see here these are all the writs. And it tells you different things that you have to make for them. So for the alchemist, we now have to craft a sip of ravage. You guys can go on Google, or I'm sorry, sip of ravage stamina. You guys can go on Google, see what items to use to go ahead and craft that. Like I said, if it's a new character, some of these items are going to take you guys a while to do. If it's an alternate character, you guys already know what you're doing. But you'll do all of these writs and then you'll complete it. The whole reason that you guys are making an alternate character for crafting specifically is for the money and for the sealed writs. The money that you get from doing these writs daily is going to be 5,000 per character. I have 10 characters. If I'm doing 10 characters at 5,000 a piece, that is 50,000 gold per day. Granted, it's going to take me a minute, not too long, but of course, you know, that's also going to depend on if you have the materials or if you have to go get them, if you know what you're doing, or if you even come to a place like this. Because if you go to some of the other places, even Davin's Watch, where I like it there because I know my way around and everything, not that this place is hard or anything, but Davin's Watch, Mournhold, where I do a lot of my other ones at, it's a lot of running back and forth. This one is literally running in this circle, and then once you complete the writs, you'll run out here. You'll come over to this area over here, and this is where you turn them in at. So each one of these boxes has a little icon on it. You can see there, that one has a little cup looking thing that has like a little diamond or triangle that has some scissors. That's like a circle thing. There's the enchanting box, the alchemy box, and there's one with a cup. So all of these is where you'll turn in your stuff. You'll get your 5,000 gold and you'll be done for the day on that character. All right, and crazy enough, I did forget one more thing. I don't know where this is going to be in the video, so if it is just out of the blue randomly, you guys know that this is something that I forgot towards the end of the video. So I'm back on my main character here. One of the things with the skills, you can see this one has the max crafted skills here. You can see everything is at 50 of 50. Like I said, this only has to be 8 of 8. You don't need all these other ones in it. But some of these, like this one here, has a minor hireling. Anything that says hireling on it, you guys want to try to max those out. It's not something that you need, but you want to try to max those out, because what the hirelings do is the hirelings will actually bring you free items. So this forager hireling, you can see here it says a hireling will send you even more provisioning ingredients every day. You have a greater chance at better ingredients, at better quality ingredients. So even if you only have 1 point into it, you'll get free items, but if you can max that out, you'll get better items and you'll get more items. So every day you'll get free items per character that you have hirelings on. You don't actually have to come and collect those items. As long as you log into that specific character for the day, you'll have the mail. But keep in mind, any mail that is sent to you from other players or from hirelings, you go to social, go down to mail, and it'll be in here. If you do have any of those items, like I said, from hirelings or from other players, it will only be in your inbox for 6 days. If you don't collect it within 6 days, it will delete. So make sure that you guys are actually logging in daily, picking up those items, and if you have the ESO Plus, it'll automatically go into your craft bag that we just talked about a little while ago. Or depending on where this is at in the video, this is your craft bag. But those items will automatically go in here, or if you don't have the craft bag, then it will go into your inventory. So be careful you don't have ESO Plus. It will fill up your craft bag quite quickly. If you don't have ESO Plus, be careful with maxing out all your crafting anyway, because you're going to need a lot of crafting material, and in between your character and your bank, it still may not be enough if you guys are trying to max everything out. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sponsored by ESO Plus or anything like that, or by ESO period, but I'm saying that if you guys plan on maxing out your crafting, you may want to at least take a look at ESO Plus and see what benefits you do get from it, because it will help you out drastically. But there you go. On to the rest of the video, or the end of the video, or wherever I put this. Have fun, guys. Then what you can do is you can go to a bank. A bank. You can either go to a bank or you can call out your bank character. And you can go in here and you can transfer all the gold that you made on that character. That's all my gold that I have on this character. We can transfer that into the bank. Now I can pull that out on my main character, and I can be rich with him or her. The other reason that you want to do all of that is for all the stuff that you guys seen in my bank here. Let's, oh, we're already at the bottom, so let's go up. No, up more. There they are. All these sealed writs. So these sealed writs will give you writ vouchers in order to buy other things. It's completely up to you guys. These sealed writs do take a while to make because it's just like the certified writs. The only difference is these require you to make set items at using specific styles, also using a specific quality. So you are going to be going through a lot of materials doing all of this stuff. But you can either sell these writs yourself, like I can sell each one of these sealed writs as is, or I can click on it, learn it, or not learn it, I can click on it and it will give me that mission to go and make that. So if I click on this one, which I'm not going to because this character cannot make it, so I would have to abandon it and I would just waste it. But if I did click on this, I have to make a ruby ash shield at epic quality, which is purple. The trait that's on it has to be sturdy. It has the set, which is called Armor Master, so I have to figure out where that set is. I have to make sure that I can craft that, which has to do with researching so many traits, or you won't be able to do different sets of armor. And then the style has to be Mazaton, which I don't even know what that is. So that is everything that I can teach you guys about making an alt for your ESO account. Like I said, it's not directed towards newer characters because newer characters, there's a lot of that stuff that you guys aren't going to take in. But if you're looking for easy gold, I would say still go ahead and make an alternate character or two. You don't have to do all of them the way that I did. I just did it because, like I said, that's going to be 50,000 per day, where even if this character can't make it, they need to craft a pewter ring, and it has to be like a certain way or something like that. I don't think it will be. But my alternate character, with ESO Plus, we have the craft bag. So if I go in my inventory and I hit R1, this is our craft bag. Everything is shared between your characters as far as material. So I have all this material that I collected on my other character, which is why I didn't have to go and farm for anything. All this stuff is shared between your entire account. If you don't have ESO Plus, you're not going to have the option to have this craft bag, and you're going to have the individual items on your character. So if you're a new character and you don't have ESO Plus, that is one of the issues you're going to run into. But that has been about a 2-hour video there. Hopefully I can cut some of it out. If not, I do apologize. But thank you all for joining me. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. I will help you out as best as I can. The other thing, like we talked about, if I decide to change this character and use them for something else, one of the things that I can do is I can go back to that armory set, which is actually in this town here. So I can go back inside to this house and I can reset all of my skills and everything, which technically I don't need anymore. But I'm not going to equip it. But I just want to show you that you can. Come on. So if I go back in here, I can come in here, I can hit X on the armory station, and I can hit square to equip build. It will give me literally nothing, and I'll have all of my, well, of course we had the necklace equipped on this one. You can see the necklace there. The necklace isn't that big of a deal though. But if I hit square, it'll equip that, and it will unequip any of the skill points that we put in. So how we put points into our destruction stuff here, these 2 points, it will take those out. Anything that we put into our champion tree here, it will take all of those out. But that's the reason why we're not unequipping anything, because if you come into the craft, you can see here, 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 this one. It increases your crafting inspiration gain by 10% per stage. Right now that is at 30%. We want that one because I'm going to try to level this character all the way to level 50 for their crafting. So if you look at the skills here, these are the things you need to level. They have to be at level 50. Each one of these has to be maxed out with the very first item there. So for solvent potency, I have to have 8 of 8. For the blacksmithing, I need my metalworking at 10 of 10. Clothing has to be tailoring 10 of 10. Enchanting needs to be potency improvement 10 of 10. Jewel crafting needs to have the engraver at 5 of 5. Provisioning has to have the recipe improvement at 6 of 6. And the woodworking has to have woodworking at 10 of 10. The reason you have to have those at that level, and these all have to be level 50, is because that is the only way that you're going to get those sealed writs that I talked about if you are looking to do more sealed writs. I'm trying to max out the amount of sealed writs I get and the max amount that I can do, so that's why I am doing it the way that I'm doing it. But once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. I do apologize for the long video. Thank you all for sticking with me to the end. If you did, and if this was very helpful for you or helpful at all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Here at the end of the video, you're going to get the option to look at other videos that you might be interested in. That's not something that I picked. That is something that the YouTube algorithm thinks that you might be interested in. So make sure that you guys go ahead and click on that video too, or you guys can click on the playlist that is associated with it, which will be the ESO playlist, because that I did set myself, because if you're watching this, you obviously like ESO. Other than that, that is basically it. Last thing you can do is hit that notification bell icon, which will let you know anytime I post new videos, and it will also let you know anytime that I go live, which I have not went live in a while, still working on that schedule. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.